천자문,
千字文、
千字文.
In this lesson, we will look at characters 345 through 352 of the 1000 character classic, the 1500-year-old Chinese classic in which no characters are repeated. These lines, 87 and 88, concern themselves with relations between uncles and aunts and nephews and nieces. The translation reads, "The child should respect all aunts and uncles, who in turn should care for the child as their own." Let's look at line 87 character by character. The first character here means all or various. The next means aunt. The third character means chief or count, as in the nobility position. And the last one means uncle. The translation reads, "The child should respect all the aunts and uncles." Now let's hear it pronounced. You'll hear it from a recording in Korean, Japanese, and Chinese.
제고백숙,
諸子伯淑、
出姑伯叔
I'll play this one more time.
제고백숙,
諸子伯淑、
出姑伯叔
Here's line 88. The first character here means same or just as. Next we have child. The third character means compare. The final one means infant. The translation reads, "Who in turn should care for the child as their own." Now let's hear it pronounced.
유자비야,
有志肘、
有子比儿
I'll play this one more time.
유자비야,
有志肘、
有子比儿
Let's look at a few radicals or components. First, look at 346. This character refers to an aunt, and if you break it apart, you have woman on the left and old on the right, so it's easy to see how the meaning is derived. The 350th character means child, and it also functions as a radical. Here are some other characters in the classic indexed by this radical. Character 351 means compare, and it's also a radical. In fact, there are very few characters indexed under this radical and none appearing in the classic, but here you'll see several characters that contain this radical as a component. Based on the 8 characters of these two lines, I've come up with a word list. I've tried to select words that are common and relevant to Japanese, Korean, and Chinese. For the characters highlighted yellow, I haven't found any suitable examples. Now you hear the words spoken in each language. Feudal lords,
제후,
諸侯、
诸侯
count, earl,
백자,
伯爵、
伯爵
an aunt, aunt,
백모,
叔母、
伯母
an uncle,
숙부,
叔父、
叔父
defer, postpone, hesitate,
유예,
猶予、
犹豫
offspring, posterity,
자손,
子孫、
子孙
woman,
여자,
女子、
女子
proportion, scale,
비례,
比例、
比例
child, juvenile.
아동,
児童、
儿童
Have a look one more time at the words of this lesson. See which ones you remember. Okay, let's move on. So before I wrap up this lesson, I'll leave you with a few points of intrigue or clarification. As I was researching this character, I stumbled onto this historical period called the 100 Schools of Thought. Character by character, it is various thinkers, 100 schools. This refers to a golden age in Chinese philosophy which occurred through the spring and autumn period and warring states period of the Zhou dynasty, roughly 2,500 years ago. In this period, widely influential philosophies, including Confucianism, Taoism, Moism, and legalism, competed with one another. Other legacies of this time include the I Ching and the art of war. In combination with each other or other characters, these characters appear in words related to uncles and aunts. But as in the case of saying other family-related terms, you can't just use one catch-all phrase, such as aunt or uncle. Here I'm going to specifically focus on Korean and Chinese. The word for aunt or uncle will vary if the person is younger or older than the speaker's parent. So here, first we see words for younger brother or sister of father. And then it'll vary again if the speaker is referring to a maternal or paternal uncle. Further, different words will be used if it is an uncle or aunt through marriage rather than blood. Let's talk first about the character for child. This character was originally a pictogram, as shown here in this oracle bone version from the early Zhou dynasty. You can see the larger head of a child. What intrigues me about this character is how it appears all the time in words not referring to children. It seems to act as a second syllable filler in numerous nouns like hat, chair, or lion. It appears in things that are small like atom, the gist, or seed, candy, dumplings, or screw. The character also refers to a master teacher like Confucius or Mencius. It's part of the word for prince too, and very often in female Japanese names like Hanako, Satoko, and Kanako. And as a component, it is embedded in numerous other Chinese characters including letter, exist, like, and play. That's a wrap for this lesson. In the next lesson, we'll look at lines 89 and 90, which also deal with a family theme, brothers or siblings.
천자문,
As always, I remind you that I make these videos partly for my own study purposes. My skills are not advanced in these languages, so it's quite likely I've made some mistakes or forgotten something obvious, so don't hesitate to point that out in the comments, and if you have a question, then drop a comment, and hopefully I or somebody can get back to you. The goal of this channel is to make a video for each line of the 1000 Character Classic, while exploring language study methods and connections between the Chinese, Japanese, and Korean languages. I wish you happy and productive language studies.